What up, everyone? We've got a very exciting box here. Today we got Marvel Collector Corps and the Deadpool box that they had for February, which I'm really excited about because to this day, since I started this channel, there has not been a single good Deadpool box. Plenty of companies have tried, believe me. That's probably one of the most done character boxes that have ever been done because he's such a popular character. So many companies have tried and so many have failed. They just didn't do a good job. And that's starting back to one of the very first reviews I did. So I was pretty excited to see this because I'm pretty sure they'll do a good job. It is, just on a side note, Collectible Geek has just released, just did a Deadpool box. I wasn't able to get it. I haven't checked it out yet. I talked to the CEO. He seemed pretty enthused about it, so that one might be good as well. So I haven't actually checked that out, so I'm not referencing that one, but I'd like to see it, so I might watch someone else's review on it. But I wanted to do it after I did this one on the off chance that there's something similar or something like that. So that one seemed pretty cool, but, you know, I'm not totally sure about it. But, yeah, so I'm pretty excited to see what's in this box. The only bad news is this didn't come before the movie, because I'm pretty sure there's a t-shirt in there, if I'm not mistaken. So it would have been cool to have worn that shirt for the movie, but, you know, no big deal. So, let's take a look at this box and see what's inside. I really like the box art, too. I like that they have different box art for every box they do. I think that's really cool, because so many, like, no other boxes really do that. So, of course, we have our classic pin and patch combo, and these look really cool. So I'll try to get a close-up on these. Hold up. So here's the pin. See how long my camera takes to focus. There we go. Not too bad. So yeah, there's a little Deadpool pin. And I actually really like that one. Deadpool is one of my favorite characters, as he is for most people, so I'll actually keep that pin, maybe turn it into a magnet. Same with this patch. Cool little patch. Very awesome. I like it already. So, let's open this box and see what we got. So it looks like we do have a shirt here in our nice plastic wrap. And it looks like the X-Force version of Deadpool with the black and gray. So let's take a look at this one. See what we got. Love the smell of new shirts. It's always nice. So it looks like we got the pop version of Deadpool. So pop tees are a really big thing. And yeah, just looks like the X-Force Deadpool. And if you can see on the background, there's like bullets and targets back there. So yeah, really cool design. This shirt seems overly big though. I just got a large. It seems overly large. So I'm not sure how fitted that's going to be. It seems very, very wide. I'll have to try that on and see how well it fits because yeah, that seems a little bit oversized. But as far as the design's really cool. And obviously you like Deadpool if you're getting this box. I really like the shirt. Well done. Nice tagless tee. It's branded. All that jazz. So yeah, I think I'll give this an 8 out of 10. I might change my opinion if I try it on and it like fits horribly because, you know, that is something I do take into consideration a lot. I've always hated it when I get shirts and they just fit like crap, but it feels nice. The quality feels nice. But I'll have to try that out and see how well that does. But other than that, cool design, really cool shirt. Next, we got a comic. No surprise there. So, again, they're going with the whole pop style of character. So we got Deadpool on a pile of chimichangas with his ripped mask. And is this, yep, #1 variant edition. So cool. Bagged and boarded. These are usually never worth too much, the comics in there, but they're always cool to have. It's always cool to have a variant cover of a #1. So that works. Then we got a pop figure. Oh wow, this is really cool. So it's Deadpool in a jumping position. Let me see how well you can see in there. Yeah, you can kind of see it. That's really cool. I like that. That's really different and really interesting. Him in a jumping position. So, if any of you have been to Hot Topic or anywhere recently, you know for the Deadpool movie, they have a bunch of different pop figures out, and different stores got exclusive ones. I think the Hot Topic exclusive one was a pirate, and they got a bunch of different variations, which were cool. So I assumed we'd get something like this. But this is awesome because usually the variants are very minor. It's usually a paint job, maybe a different head, but this one has a completely different body. And this is one of the few times I've actually seen a jumping pop figure. That's really cool. For the longest time, pop figures were very basic. They had a very basic body, but they've kind of been breaking the mold on that lately, which I really like. Because a long time ago, a year ago, I didn't like pop figures that much because they all look the same. They were all very generic looking. So I'm glad they're kind of like breaking the mold a little bit and doing some different stuff. So that's really cool. I'm sure there have been other Pop figures that are in the air or jumping like that, but this is one that's I haven't seen often, especially in this position. And he's got his katanas in there, which is really cool. I really like that. I'm definitely keeping that and putting it on display. That's really cool. Interesting. I like it. Next, we got a Dorbs. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, we got a Dorbs too. We got one of the Mopies. So this is a little variant we got. Again, they have a whole series of these right now. They have all the classic colors, like the regular Deadpool, the classic, the X-Force one, like the tangerine one, the blue one. And this one, I'm guessing, is exclusive. I'm actually not sure where this suit is from. I've seen it before. He had this suit in Marvel vs. Capcom. I remember that. But I'm not sure. I'm sure it's from a specific comic. I'm definitely a Deadpool fan, but I haven't read every single variant and comic of it. So I'm not specifically sure where this is from. But I still like it. I've wanted Deadpool Mopies for a long time, so that's cool. I like that. And then, like I was saying, we got a Dorbs as well. So, we got a little Deadpool Dorbs. So this is a variant one. He's a little cowboy. I'll try to get the light in there the best I can. But yeah, you can see he's got a little pony in his hand. A little, what's it called? Can't think of the name, but a little horse on a stick. There's a name for it, I can't think of it. I'll take it out and show you a little better, because I'm going to take it out anyway. So he's got a little ride-along pony in his hand. How cool is that? That's funny. So that's what we all love about Deadpool. He always has some kind of cool, funny thing going on. So that's really awesome. I like that. So, I think that was all the items in the box. Yeah. And they always have cool box art in here, too. I've never shown it off before, but the inside of the box is always like a comic style in there. And things like that. Like, Loot Crate's the only other company I know that really does that a lot. But that's cool, too. I like that. You know, it doesn't really change the value or anything. It doesn't give it any more value. Like, I doubt anyone's going to want to buy the box. But it's stuff like that that just shows, like, I'm trying to think of the word. It just shows effort, I guess. It shows effort from the company to make the box more decorated and make the experience a little more fun of opening this box. So overall, I'd say I'm pretty pleased. That's pretty much what we'd expect from the company. This is usually what they give. They mixed it up a little bit. They did with Guardians of the Galaxy. They changed it up. But usually it's a shirt, comic, pop, Dorbs. And I think this is the first time we've gotten one of the Mopies. But that's cool. That's pretty much what I would have wanted. And I like everything in here. So we'll take a short break. And I'll do some research, find out some value. And we'll come back and give this box a rating. See you soon. Alright, we are back. So let's talk value and give this box a rating. So, the shirt. Something I found out is that you had, there was variants in there. So, just like they did with Star Wars, which I really like, you have the option of getting different shirts. I think they were all generally the same style, but you got different colors of Deadpool. So, you could have got classic red and black Deadpool, could have gotten the X-Force one like I did, or you could have got like the tangerine one, the like orange and blue, or you could have got like the Mopies with the black and red like opposite colors. So, I like that they give different options. I like that not everyone gets the same one. Hopefully you got a variant of one you liked. Hopefully it's not one that you didn't like, but I'm sure if you're a fan of Deadpool, you like all the colors. But I'm happy with this one. I would have been happy with the classic one too. But it's a really cool shirt, so still gets an 8 out of 10. The fit on it's not super great. It's a little bit awkward fitting. Not a big deal, but other than that, quality's great, print's great, and I like that they had variants on it, so I'll still give it an 8 out of 10. I'll see what you guys think about it, and then maybe change that in the long run. But 8 out of 10, but either way, it'll get the standard $12 to $15, as all shirts do. But keep in mind, you can probably find that online on eBay much cheaper than that. I give shirts the standard value because that's just always how it works when I do reviews. So the shirts are always going to get 12 to 15, but just know you can find that much cheaper online. Just wanted to let you know. So the Pop figure. This is actually fetching a pretty high price online. So this is going to run about $30 online. Now, this is a number that I don't often say this, but this is a number I would not stick to. That's the price it's going for right now. A few days ago, it was going for $40. This price is definitely going to come down a lot. Right now, it's at $30 because, you know, not everyone has gotten their box yet. I'm definitely not one of the first people to get it, but I'm also not one of the last people. So, the more people get the box, the more they get around to it, the more people list it. The price is absolutely going to come down. Trust me on that. But as of right now, it's at about $30. But that's a rough estimate. I imagine it going down to at least $25. And in the long run, maybe down to $20. Maybe not that low, just because it is a really cool pop figure. And it is different because of the pose he's in. It is very interesting and it is exclusive. Even though there's a lot of them out there, I don't imagine it dropping a ton, but it could. So just imagine that dropping a good $5 to $10 in the next few days or weeks or something like that. But as of right now, it's running about $30, so that's the value I kind of have to put it at as of now. Then, the comic. Like I said, these don't run a lot. You can find this online around $8 to $10. Comics are usually about $4, and this says $4.99 on it, so a little bit more than an average comic. And again, it's just like all these items, just like the pop figure, the price will come down. So this one probably not much. It might go down like $1 or $2, so it'll still probably be around that $8 to $10 range. That's what you have to pay for it, especially if it's still sealed, bagged, and boarded. So that's cool. Then, our little Mopies. Everyone got the same one on this. I thought they might, well, they couldn't do variants because they are selling those, but this is the only one that's exclusive, so everyone got the same one. And Mopies are not super popular or collectible right now. Just like the Dorbs, they haven't been around as long as the pop figures, so they're not in very high demand, so the value on these doesn't go up a lot. This one's also going for about $8 to $10, which is really not much more than any of them are. The non-exclusive ones run about $8, give or take, so 8 to 10 on this, that's pretty average. And I think that's because this color isn't super popular for Deadpool. I think most people would want the original color or maybe the X-Force color, so this one's just not that popular of a color for Deadpool, so that's why I think it's not fetching that high of a resale value. Then, the Dorbs. This is going to be about 10 to 12. I really like this one. This is cool. And he has like a different hat on. He's a little cowboy, which is awesome. But the same thing with the Mopies. The Dorbs are just not super popular at this point. So there's not a lot of collectability to it. I know people like them and people collect them. But it's nowhere near the level that pop figures are. So that one doesn't go up in value much. That's going to get about a $10 to $12 value. And Dorbs regularly are about $8. So 10 to 12, a little bit higher, but not much. No surprise there. Then, our patch and our pin. I always put these two together because anytime you look online, people are almost always selling them as the pair. I can't imagine someone wanting just one and not the other. Maybe they would, but for the most part, people are selling them as a pair, so I'm going to value them as a pair as I always do. And together, they're running about $7 to $10, which is higher than the patch and pin usually get, but this is a very popular character. You're not getting like random people. You knew who it was. You're getting Deadpool, and they're both really nice. They're both really cool. So 7 to 10, I think, is pretty fair on the two of those. So, that brings our value on the low end of 75, on the high end of 87. This box, in the United States, will run you about $32 to $33, depending on what state you're in, for the box. So, you got double your value on the low end. You got really good value, and that's really good. The only, I wouldn't even say complaint, the only thing I would say they could change in the future is they definitely went pop heavy. And what I mean by that is everything, a lot of things in here resemble the pop figure. We got the pop figure. The comic book resembled the pop figure. The T-shirt resembled the pop figure. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing against it. It looks cool, but they just go too heavy sometimes. I've always liked it when they mixed it up a little bit. Like when they did the original Avengers one. The T-shirt was comic book style. You got a pop figure, and then the comic book was also a little bit different. So they mixed it up between like classical style and new age Funko Pop figures. So I always liked it when there was a variety. So they went definitely heavy on the Funko side of it, which again, nothing wrong with that, but I would always encourage a little bit of variety. I think it would have been cool to have a T-shirt that had like more of a classic style, or maybe had a joke on it or something like that. But you know, that's just me nitpicking. That's not me complaining about it. That's just me saying how it could be better. That being said, I'm going to give this box an 8.75 out of 10, which is an extremely high rating. The reason it doesn't get like a 9 or a 10 is just those nitpicky things. Like, not a big deal, but no box is ever going to be perfect ever. It's just never going to happen. Things like I said, variety. They could have done some variety with the pop figure versus classical styling. The T-shirt could have been better fitted. Like, made literally really minor stuff, nitpicky stuff. It's just not a big deal. But other than that, overall, really great box. You got good variety. You got a cool shirt, you got a comic book, you got a mix of Funko products. They didn't like pop in 2 Pop figures, which I was never a fan of. You got Pop, Dorbs, Mopies, Patch Pin, comic, shirt. You really got a good mix of stuff. You got collectible stuff, and it's, although none of it's particularly rare, it's still cool because it's all exclusive. And if you happen to not like something, it wouldn't be too hard to flip it around. Most of this stuff probably won't sell with the exception of the Pop, but, you know, it is what it is because they sell so many of these boxes. But this is definitely the best Deadpool box I've ever seen, and probably the best one we will ever see because this is coming directly from Marvel. And I'm happy they did a Deadpool box because Marvel is not doesn't own the movie rights to Deadpool. It's still through Fox because they own X-Men and things like that. So I'm glad they still did this. I'm glad they still saw the benefit of putting out a Deadpool box, even though they're promoting a movie that isn't technically theirs. The whole spiel on that. But anyway, I'm glad they did it for the month of February. That gives me hope for the future. And I'm excited to see what boxes they do in the future because we've got a lot of good movies coming up. We've got a lot of Marvel movies coming up, and they're putting out the DC box, which comes out next month, I believe. And that's going to be Batman Superman, and that has the Armored Batman pop, and lots of cool stuff to come. So I thought this was a great box. This is probably one of the better ones of the month. I'm happy they did Deadpool. I'm pretty stoked about it. Overall, a great box. But let me know what you guys thought about the box, and we can talk about it in the comments. Thank you for watching. See you on the next review. Love you all. Peace.